Thank you for letting me tune in, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for letting me tune in. This is Coronado Ortega Harris on the Glen Mark, and your Ortega Roll Senior 50 year, 30-year Cooper Pride in Public again. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there is going to be a blue Christmas, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a blue Christmas. It really is. Santa Claus, he comes straight to the ghetto. Santa Claus, he comes straight to the ghetto. Oh, baby. Santa Claus. It's bad. It's bad when Shawty Red had to tell you got to go to blue to get the money. And what you gonna do when the rack's blue? It ain't too much you can do. You can't do nothing but wait for blue to govern to you. You have to wait on blue to govern to you how it's gonna be spent. And you sure can't spend it, or it's gonna be a tragedy. When he see the bill, he gonna be a tragedy. It's gonna be a devastation going on. This was the most horrific event in the last 24 hours. You know, back in the day, they used to say, this is the most horrific event in the last 20 years. Now they're saying in 24 hours. What I'm supposed to do when these racks blue? You're supposed to leave them alone. That's what you. You ain't supposed to mess with them if they blue. You ain't supposed to govern to how it's gonna be spent if you ain't supposed to be playing with it. That's what you're supposed to do. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, like I was saying, ladies and gentlemen, I went down there. I said I'm gonna give these people one more chance to have them a old ghetto, a bootleg Christmas, where they saying that the enemy is good and Nardo's bad. I called Metro Storage and I called Metro Brink, and Brian answered the phone. I said, hello. I was calling to see how I can get me a service started. He said, hi, hello, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Something's wrong with your phone. I said, oh yeah? I didn't tell him it was a Metro phone. And I hung the phone up and said, thank you for letting me know. You know what I'm saying? That's one service I don't need. You know what I'm saying? Boy, that would have been a travesty if I had 3 services from Metro and they weren't no good. I would have been broke. Man, I would have been broke this Christmas. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you one thing I really hate. I hate to be in an environment where you have some women, they're not the finest women ever, ladies and gentlemen. They just some women that want to be cool and stuff like that. And they run up on Gigolo Phony. And Gigolo Phony said, goddamn, he gonna take them to the promised land. He gonna take them to the mothership, you know what I'm saying? And they live that lifestyle for a whole 30 days, you know what I'm saying? A whole 30 days of extravagant Marlboro light smoke and goddamn bunk ass weed and cheap clothes and cheap ass polyester clothes that got polo signs on them. And ladies and gentlemen, after a whole 30 days of living that lavish life of Vienna sandwiches and bologna sandwiches and mayonnaise and cheese, did you know that Gigolo Bologna, ladies and gentlemen, that he asked a real man, he called a real man up. He said, man, I really need you. You my brother, you know what I'm saying? I need you. I need you to help me out. If I don't, me and my goods ain't gonna have nowhere to stay. You got to help me. You got to do it. You got to sign this lease for me. You know? And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, and the events after that, baby. And I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, with that series of events after that, you know what I'm saying? I can just hear a lot of people telling you how it went down and stuff. Because most of them were high, lady. A lot of them was high and they was drunk. And they was snoring and they was doing heroin. I just tell you, don't believe they story, like, cause I wasn't. I wasn't getting high. I wasn't getting blowed. I wasn't doing no heroin and all that shit. That's all I can tell you. But I'm gonna tell you, whenever you dealing with some frail ass folks like that, generally they gonna believe them anyway. You know, and if they want to do it, I don't have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? If you want to believe them, I really don't care, cause I don't have to go back there. I look at it like this, ladies and gentlemen. It's only a learning institution anyway. It's not party central, ladies. If you want to go party, go to the club. You know what I'm saying? You're not at school to party, ladies. You at school to get an education. You know what I'm saying? So I tell you, how they start believing them and start going with that story, I don't know. I hate that they did, but I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because their story don't stand up with me, because I was there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not somebody listening to them plead a case. I'm the actual guy that they was up against. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So like, if they say we don't want you here, we don't like you, I really don't care, lady. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, if you feel that way, I don't want to be down with you nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be your friend nowhere. If that's how you feel, you know what I'm saying? I hate I ever met you. You know what I'm saying? If the end result is let's bury him on the side of River Road where all the other Bryce patients at, if that's what you want to do and you try to do it, you know what I'm saying? I hate I ever met you. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I hate I even know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Because you did bury me on River Road, but I was able to dig myself back out. You know. You know, you'd bury me with all the other Bryce patients there. You just said, let's just say he's crazy because we can't use his social security. You know what I'm saying? Go tell him to get an AT&T phone and he got to give us his social, because we're in the same predicament right now. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, like, and I tell you, like I said, I bet you if they got all their self together right now and they said, Gigolo Baloney, I want you to make a flick with these 4 women, I bet you he wouldn't be able to do it, Lena. I bet you he would not be able to do it. I bet you he would not be able to get them 4 girls together and make a flick. He wouldn't want to, you know. He'll say, hell no, I can't do that, man. But I just like, they'd probably say, Gigolo Baloney, what the hell is wrong with you? And you know what he gonna say? He gonna bring one of them mixed kids out and say that they got good hair. That's his own. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that's the only thing that dude can accomplish is having a mixed baby he can't take care of, ladies and gentlemen. That is their law enforcement. That they mixed baby comes first. And if they gotta steal credit and take advantage of Nardo and bury him on the side of the road with the rest of the Bryce patients that don't have a name anymore, they have a number, goddamn be it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it ended up, lady. But like I said, if he can get them 4 girls together and make a flick with them, and one thing about it, if the money right, he'll do it, you know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, if the money right, he'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. But I tell you, he really wouldn't want to. I bet you there's one brother that'll tell you, man, I really don't want to do that shit this time, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about all that. Like, no. I tell you, we gonna go back to that situation. Get out there and go get your best lingerie, baby. Go get your best lingerie. Go get the cheapest weed you can find and heroin you can find. And let's make this flick. I bet he be like, hell to the no. Put mayonnaise all over him and goddamn put some lube on them, baby. Let's put some lube on them. Let's get it. I bet he'll say, hell to the no, hell to the no. I know that right. I know you mean hell to the no. I'm gonna tell you, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes appearance is everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the guy Gigolo Baloney matured any, but there was one time, ladies and gentlemen, when he really needed some money. Ladies and gentlemen, Gigolo Baloney, ladies and gentlemen, you would not imagine. You would not imagine the extreme, ladies and gentlemen, that dude would go to get some money. Because he had habits, man. He had some bad habits, you know what I'm saying? He really had some bad habits, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, and for somebody to lose their life behind it, I just tell you, sad. That somebody, especially somebody that was trying to help you, when they had to lose their life behind it. So you can keep on doing that kind of stuff. I tell you, it's a sad occasion, man. Very sad. You just like Tupac said, you wonder why they call you. You wonder why they call you, and now you know why, man. But the whole time you've been saying, man, Nardo's crazy. Something wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? You standing on that. You know what I'm saying? You stand on that. You hope that's the only thing they get to hear, that Nardo's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You never tell them that you lost all your money in the dice game. You know what I'm saying? Every night. You never tell them that you lost every dime you had in a dice game, in a tunk game, every night on an every night basis that you was losing all your money. You know what I'm saying? Then you was borrowing money from other people, losing all that. Then you go get your friends and stuff that you done met, borrow their money and lose it in the dice game. You know what I'm saying? I tell you later. I tell you, if you want to play for the Sixers, man, you got to be an athlete. You can't get up there because you need money. You got to be able to play. You know what I'm saying? The Sixers don't need somebody out there just because they need money and they sorry. You know what I'm saying? Nah, like, the Sixers need you because you want to help them win, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, like, I tell you, a lot of people say they're interested in y'all getting together and making that flick. And they said they want you to act like you really love it too. So call up your posse, you know what I'm saying, and tell them that you want to go and reenact that. All that strange behavior you got, where you saying you were so honest and true and right compared to Nardo, and get your hustle and flow back together. And let's praise the university for making the right move, you know. Say, yeah, the university, hey, yeah. Yeah. You know what they'll say? The university does not support, endorse, or promote the behavior that's going on here in this gigolo baloney room. It's only for viewer discretion. Viewer discretion is definitely advised. I'm trying to tell you, babe. Well, I'm talking about nobody want to see that. I tell you, nobody want to see that flick. You ever seen the flick and say you don't want to watch it? I don't want to watch that flick. You little horny joker watch any damn flick, right? That joker turn that flick on, that nigga ain't even get a lotion out, goddamn. He put a lotion back in the drawer. They said, that's one flick I don't want to watch, goddamn. Them 4 bras and that dude. Ooh, that was an ugly flick, like that. Man, that junk looked like Return of the, what they call it, the Ninja Turtle, goddamn. A mature adult film for the Ninja Turtle, goddamn. Yeah. A Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, you know how people let Gus Malzahn marry their daughter? Because that man can tell a lie. He's a real natural heartbreaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Gus Malzahn will break your heart and mend it back together in minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you that man is good at it, he even fooled me, ladies and gentlemen. He even had me thinking that they was going to beat Florida State, ladies and gentlemen. He even had me thinking they was going to beat Georgia and LSU. He did, ladies and gentlemen. When I tell you that man is a real professional heartbreaker and he can mend your heart back together right after the game, man, that man a professional. But today, ladies and gentlemen, when he gets together with the Citadel, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to trade places.